everybody. It's Carla Nicole. It is a beautiful Saturday morning, and I got some running to do. But I posted something a little earlier that's for my ladies that are happily single. Not all women are happily single. So this is a message for the ladies that are happily single. And I will have a latter message for the ladies that are single and miserable. But for the for the beginning, let's talk about the women that are happily single. So, ladies, I'm gonna share a little something with you. Um, I think it's kind of funny to just to sit back and kind of pay attention to um, what your desires are. Now, I'm gonna share a little something with you because I'm just gonna be ornery this morning. Um, I have my own personal fantasy. Once my empire is where it needs to be, my personal fantasy is to have a fine man for every role that I need in my life. Basically, a butler, a pool cleaner, a fine man for everything I need. I think that would be a wonderful state of being. But all joking aside, I think it's important that we as women pay attention to how we place the men in our life. Understand something. Men do the promotion in their life of women, and I talk about that often. Men, I tell them all the time, if you're going to promote a woman, then she should have certain things in alignment before you promote her up. So I'll tell my gents with sense, I tell them all the time, when you want to promote a woman in your life, she has to have XYZ. But for you ladies, I want to tell you about the importance of placing the correct men in the correct places. Because why it's so important that you place the right men in the right place in your life, you will find that your relationships are much better off. Okay, so men promote, women place. Okay, so just so we got that all together. Okay, so ladies, here's the issue that I'm finding a lot with women. We're having a struggle with how we're choosing the men to be our primary partner or our lover full time or our mate or our husband or whatever you want to call it. Hey, John, whatever you want to call it that you have in your mind to be a primary male role in your life, be it husband or whatever, he should have a certain level of what you want in that role. What I mean by that is a lot of women are putting F boys in husband roles. And then, or players in husband roles. And when in the relationship, the man is failing seriously. I mean, he's doing horrible at being that role in your life, and you're frustrated, you're mad, you're pissed off. He don't do what I ask him to do. He's not the man I thought he was, and blah, 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 blah. But when you place this man in your life to be the primary role for you, you weren't mindful that the man is going to fail miserably based upon what you want in that man and what you are desiring for a primary mate in your life to be. So it's clear that you understand that there's certain things in that partner you're desiring to have. So for instance, if you're wanting someone to get married, or you're wanting someone to be full-time in a commitment, or you're wanting someone to be a boyfriend, or whatever that role is you're desiring to have, a primary live-in arrangement, whatever, you need to be upfront in the beginning. Stop waiting for men to guess. Men are horrible at hints. Horrible. Men don't pick up on hints for nothing. I've been in many relationships. I'm telling you now. They don't catch on to the little subtle hints. Let's go to Kay's Jewelers. I want to look at engagement rings. They're not going to catch on to what you're talking about. Oh, for who? One of your friends? So, listen, you got to be upfront with gentlemen, okay? And I'm being real specific for you ladies because I see a lot of you are really frustrated in your relationships. You're really mad. You're really pissed off by these men not I guess, basically measuring up to what you want. But how is a man going to meet your criteria or fit your role in your life to the best of his ability if you don't know what you want? You want a husband role to be filled, but you're messing with F boys, or you're messing with men that are just players, or you're messing with men that have no intention on getting married to you or anyone. So it's important that you sit back and you pay attention to what it is you really want. And then when you realize, okay, this is what I want, then you can convey and speak about it. Then you can tell the man that you're interested in, this is what I'm seeking to be involved in, primarily. Now, notice I didn't say that you have to demote him, or not demote him, but you don't have to get rid of him because he doesn't match the role that you're seeking to be in primarily. He can still be in your life. He just won't be in that particular status with you. So what that means is, if you have a gentleman you are just homie lover friends with, or you have a gentleman that, comes by and you spend time with, and he's just cool and you're cool and y'all get along, then keep it at that role. Why you gotta try to make it more than it is when he's really not going to succeed or be a success in that role for what you're wanting? So this is why it's so important. Ladies, stop trying to get men to convert to what you want. Understand something. We're a lot of times our biggest issue is that as women, we have a tendency to have a desire in our mind and our hearts and soul that we struggle with finding men that have the same. But I tell people all the time, there's men out here that desire to get married. There's men out here that want a relationship. There's nice guys that want a woman to settle down with. I talk to them all the time. There's guys up here, hey Mike, there's guys out here that want relationships all the time. Primarily my followers are men. So for the most part, I know there's men out here desiring a decent relationship. So that's not true when you sit back and say, well, there's no good men out here. That's not true. What it is, you're in the wrong crop. You're dealing with the wrong type of man compared to what you desire to have in your life full time. So why are you dealing with playboys or F-boys and wanting them to get married to you? That's not going to match. And so you're frustrated. He's confused. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just being who I am. So you have to understand, ladies, you have to be upfront with what you want. First of all, a lot of women think that men are going to just catch a hint. They're not. It's just not what it is. Men are not that type of breed, okay? We girls catch hits all the time. Oh, yeah, girl, I know what you mean. And we could talk about stuff and we get the hints all the time. Men don't. So stop trying to convert a man into being your primary lover, being your primary mate, when he is not in that role, or isn't meeting the criteria that you want and desire for a primary male in your life. And then don't take it personal when he doesn't actually match that role. It's okay. He doesn't have to. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to actually meet what you desire. Men are going to be who they are. Women are going to be who they are. So we have to stop trying to configure what we want from someone else. A man that desires a relationship will be clearly telling you, I'm open to it. Men are very matter of fact. They're not going to bullshit around. If you really want to know the truth, ask him. I say it all the time. Women are always in a frenzy, calling the radio show about her man that she sleeps with every night. Why isn't he asking me to marry him? Does he know you want to get married? Is he even marriage material? Does he want to get married? Is that a vision in his mind? But you're calling the radio show to ask what should you do? But a man isn't going to guess that that's what you want. You have to be specific. You have to come out of your shell and start speaking about what you want. If you want something, if you want to manifest something in a relationship, you got to be clear in the beginning. Don't wait around till 3 or 4 years, 4 or 5 kids later and be like, well, you ain't never married me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. You made that man a primary role and you knew he wasn't husband material when you got with him. So why would you trust me? I know. That's why I'm telling you, it's very important that when you sit back and you pay attention to what it really is that you desire and you really truly want, you can sit back and say, this is what I want. And at that time, the man may be thrown off because most women don't be all upfront like that. They just sit back and tell their girlfriends, tell their mamas, tell their family. Well, I really think he's the one and all this stuff. And he don't know shit about it. He don't know shit about what you want. Because you're not speaking about what it is you really want and desire. See, I think a lot of times we're sowing in a crop that is not what we need to breed what it is we desire. So for instance, if we're out here trying to plant grass, we're not going to go over to a beach and try to plant it. You see what I'm saying? You got to be in the right crop to find the right type of person you want. And stop always assuming that everything is by happenstance. Relationships don't happen by happenstance. We're constantly thinking, well, it'll happen and I'll meet him at the store or I'll meet him at the gas station. That is in the movies. Stop thinking that that's how relationships happen. No. Well, how they happen is through intention. Energy precedes action. Energy meaning that it's in your mind, heart, and soul. If that's what you really want, if you want to desire to be in a committed relationship or in a marriage or in a solidified one-person relationship, then you have to put it out here and you have to be specific as to what you want. Men don't, like I said, men aren't good at hints. They don't sit around and guess. They don't be in a ponder about what a woman they're involved with wants. They don't. So stop sitting there thinking, oh, I'm going to have him guess what I want, and I want this, but he doesn't know, and that doesn't work, baby girl. You have to understand, when you want a certain person in your life, whatever that role is, whatever the man in your life is supposed to be, I don't know what you want, and you might want many men, I don't know, but whatever it is, if you want men or a man in your life to fit a certain role, he has to be successful at it. One of the things that I learned when I was doing, like, hey Dev, one of the things I remember is when I was creating plays and a web series and things of that nature, I had certain actors for certain roles. So I had to make sure that the person that was in the role played the role well. And then even when I was creating a panel called The Last Word, I actually shifted a lot of different men out of the role because I may felt like he's not fitting the actual role that I need him to play for this particular panel. So that's how we as women need to place men in our life. You don't put, like I said, you don't put a F-boy in a husband role in your life. You don't put, like I said, my little fantasy is to have, a man for fine man for everything I want. I can't put the butler out there and have him out there doing the lawn. My lawn's going to look crazy. So you have to put him in the role in your life where he's going to be successful. Because, see, a lot of times we're mad because, oh, my God, like the man, he doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to go here. He doesn't want to make plans with me. He doesn't want to take me out on romantic dinners. And I don't get this. I don't get that. But is that the man to do that? Why do you keep trying to make this man that ain't got no idea about taking you out and whining and dining you? He is not that guy. So stop trying to make him that. Put him in a role in your life that he's going to succeed at. And you, like I said, you don't have to get rid of him. If you guys got your thing or whatever, cool. Keep him there if he's successful at it. But just know that's where he should be and that's where he should stand. Don't change it because he's not going to meet any other type of role that you might have in your mind for him. So again, ladies, like I said, be mindful, pay attention. Men are the promoters in the life for their life. So they promote women accordingly in their life. Women, we're supposed to be placing the men accordingly to where they best fit. If you pay attention, men will promote you if you sit back and pay attention. Oh, I'm being promoted. Why? Well, because I care, because I'm doing what I need to do. I'm excelling in my role in his life, so he promotes accordingly. Women, we have to place men because we always want to make a man a husband. He might not be that. He might not even be a boyfriend. He may not be that. And that's cool. But just understand, stop trying to make a man, your boyfriend when he's not really going to succeed at that. A lot of times we get in these commitments, man, and they just don't work. They don't work, and they don't work because, like I say, you're trying to push and pull on a dude to do what you want him to do, and then you're conflicted, and then you're upset, and then you guys are having all this turbulence, and it's like, nah, man, you have to sit down and speak up out of your mouth what you want. Women take too much time trying to sit up here and guess. Have 4 and 5 kids with a dude that has no intention about being married. None. And will call the radio, like I said, call a radio show or go to a talk show and ask them why he's not committing. It's like, you're not saying what you want. If you want something, you must speak it out of your mouth. And then when you get your answer, accept the answer. You'd be surprised. Men that really want a relationship, they're going to say, oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to be in a relationship. And you fit. Okay. So now there's no more guessing games. Men don't do good at hints. Men don't do good at hints. Men don't do good at hints. Stop. Stop trying to take him to the store, to the jewelry store. He don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Stop. Just stop it. Start telling men what you want. You know what? You always want to rush the clock. Oh, I'm almost my clock is running. I want to have a kid. Oh my God, I gotta hurry. But you ain't even in the right crap though. You're not even with men that want to have kids. And then you're mad because he's mad when you get pregnant. Are you telling people what you want? Again, we got to sit back and pay attention, ladies, what it is we want. Once we speak what we want, it's in their court then. Okay. She shot her shot. I either gonna take it or I'm either gonna bounce. Or I'm either gonna be like, nah, I like it the way it is. Now, I'm gonna put y'all up on game something because you know me. I'm gonna always be candid about me. I actually went to one of my, well, he's technically my soulmate, but one of the guys I went to and I told him I shot my shot. I was like, look, at this point, I think we should try to make a relationship out of this. And he was like, I kind of like things the way they are. I was like, okay. All right. I didn't get all bent out of shape at the time, but I was trying to like, hey, what are we doing? Like, are we in a relationship or not? So when I did that, I sat back on it and I just didn't really appreciate his honesty, I guess is the best way to put it. What's up, Farrington? I didn't really appreciate his honesty, but I'm glad that I said it out of my mouth so he knew what the hell it was. Like, oh, you like it the way it is? Okay. I don't necessarily like it the way it is, but okay. But at least I got the answer I wanted. So now when you sit back and look at it, a lot of women are afraid or fear to say what they want. But why? Why are you afraid to say it? You have to put your big girl panties on and say what it is you want. If you want a man like that, you want him in your life full time as a husband, or you want him full time, you want to move in together. What the hell do you want? Men don't know. They're just like, oh, they cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, I thought we was good. Like, well, actually, I actually want this with you. Oh, well. And then he has to make the decision. But again, a lot of women are hesitant to speak up. They don't, I can't, I would never. Why? You gonna sit up here and waste more time with a dude that ain't got no intentions on doing what you want, and it's your life. So you have a right to have what it is you desire. So if you want something, speak up, say it, tell people, oh, I really want this, and then go from there. Because again, one thing my daddy told me, and I was young then, he said, there's more than one person on the planet to be with you. Period. So if he don't fit, fine, move on and find somebody else. I mean, that's going to actually fit that role you so-called want so bad. I'm just saying. And then allow yourself, Roderick, you're so funny. Allow yourself to evolve into this. Understand it's a power that you have, ladies, when speaking what you want and desire. When you speak about what you want, men can definitely Grab a hold to it, and then let them process it though. Don't get your, that was one of my biggest mistakes. I remember asking him and sitting there waiting for him to answer me. Like, okay, so what is it? Everybody doesn't love at the same time. Everybody doesn't have the same desire. So I'm sitting here waiting for him to say, yeah, I want to be in a relationship, but he took a long time to answer and say, well, I like things the way they are. So I'm looking at it like, well, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? But now that I look back, I'm like, you know what? He gave me a gift that I was not even willing to accept at the time, because I was on a whole nother, I was on that hurry up and get married shit. So I was just like, oh my God, like, you don't want to, oh my God. But when you sit back and appreciate that everybody has their own evolution to what they want to become with you or in your life, we don't all flow on the same time scale, flow on the same time channel. We're not all all like connected to the point that we're all of one mind. We have different minds, we have different desires, we have different roles, we have different, I don't know, opportunities. We got different things that goes on in our life that will actually stop us or can actually make us a little more hesitant to jump into a relationship. So with that said, a lot of times we're wanting to rush the man to hurry up because we're like, well, I want to hurry up and have this solidified, but you may already be. And now you done put this pressure on him, and he's like, well, I was cool how we was going in the flow. Now I'm put on this pressure, like, and if it's a pressure that he's not wanting to be with you in that realm, and you want some answers so you can make a decision on what you want to do, then that's fine. That's actually exposing what it is. But if it's something that is flowing well and y'all are getting along, everything's cool, then just leave it alone. And then actually sit back and ask yourself, what more do you want? Okay? This is important. What more do you want from a person that you're in a relationship with? Because a lot of times we'll just want the label. Sometimes, a lot of times, we'll just want to have the guarantee that we're together. Sometimes I just want to hear you tell me I love you, or I want you to say that I'm yours, or whatever. It could be just many different things that we're wanting. So you have to step back and see what it is you really truly want. You just want to be goals, or you want him to put you on his social media, like, so everybody knows you're together, or what is it you want? You got to say what it is you want. Why do you want that? And then that's another thing. Why do you want it? You got to sit back and say, well, I want it because of this. Or I don't want anything to change. Or I really like what we're doing, and I want to make sure that we're in sync. And that's fine. If you want to make sure you both are in sync, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're just putting the pressure on because you're wanting to advance a relationship faster because you feel like it's not going as fast as you so want it, then you have to ask yourself, is it that I'm wanting to speed this process because I want to have a marriage, or I want to have a living arrangement with him so that I can guarantee some things? Then that's something you got to sit back on yourself and say, okay, this is what it is I really want. And then be honest with yourself, okay? I think it's important, man. Like I said, men promote in the relationship, and women, we should be the placement. We should be doing the placement. And what does this man, what is he in my life? Because a lot of times, if he's just coming over and hitting it and then rolling out, and you don't talk to him except when you are, then that's just an F-boy. Then just keep him there. He's nothing more, nothing less. Don't try to husband him in. Don't try to move him in. He's just what it is, okay? And then just leave it there. Don't change it. Or, if you have a man that, homie, lover, friends, or whatever, then cool. Keep it there. Don't try to make him your husband because it feels good. That's another thing. We try to make things because it feels good. Men are always supposed to be in our life because it feels good. Sometimes men are in our life for us to elevate who we are. Sometimes they're in our life to help us advance. Sometimes they may make us a better version of who we are for the next dude that might be like, oh, I want to be with you. And then it may mesh in accordance with what you both want. See, a lot of times it's what we want, and we're like, well, I want it now. I don't want to wait. I want the answers. I want the romantic dinners. I want this. I want that. And that's fine. But you got to be specific. at what you want, ladies. Stop assuming that men are going to catch this. They may not. But it's important that you sit down and you really pay attention. Ooh, he wants it this way. I kind of want it a little different. But am I willing to compromise? Am I willing to stay in this? Or should I just, elevate out and get somebody else? Or whatever. That's your choice. But you need to speak about what you want, period. Just what it is. If you want something, you got to go get it. Ain't nothing out here just going to appear in your life. Like I said, the UPS man, ladies be thinking the UPS man is going to be their husband. That's not how this works. Stuff doesn't happen by happenstance. You don't just go to Kroger and pick up some celery and a man's going to show up and say, hey girl, I've been waiting for you all my life. No, that's not how this works. You got to be specific. Hey, if you got to go on dating sites, do it. If you got to tell and run your mouth, you run your mouth by everything else. If you want to run your mouth to your girls. Hey, look, I'm looking for a dude, man. I'm ready to get this. I'm wanting a relationship. You know any good guys, man, that just are interested in having a relationship? Do you know any? Oh man, I know such and such, man, my boyfriend or my brother or my cousins, or they have guys that, that are just in that same place. They just want a relationship. They want to get, they want to move on. Okay. Then that's how you can meet them or whatever. But don't just sit back and say, oh, woe is me. I'm single or all of this. It's like, I'm all by myself and all this nonsense. No, step it up. Say what it is you want, ladies. If you really want a man and you really want a man to be yours or exclusively with you, then you have to sit back and say, this is what I want. And when you do that, you will find yourself in a much, much better place. And you won't feel so frustrated anymore. You won't feel so aggravated and agitated by what man is in your life and you're wanting something out of him and he can't gift it to you or give it to you because he's just not that dude. He's just not. It's okay. It's just what it is. So goddess to goddess, like I said, I just wanted to, let y'all know that, hey, at the end of the day, you can't assume that, men that you are placing in your life are in the right roles. You got to be an executive producer, just like I was when I was placing different men in different roles or different actors in different roles with what I was creating. I had to make sure that they matched the role. As long as the person matches the role, then you can sit back and say, ooh, they match, it works, this is a go. And then that way, if he so chooses to promote you and everything starts to evolve into a beautiful meshed relationship, then you're good. And if not, then, just keep moving. Keep searching or doing whatever you got to do it the way you need it to be what you want it to be. You don't have, like I said, you don't have to settle. You don't have to settle for someone that just doesn't want to be that in your life. That's fine. He doesn't have to be. You don't have to settle for that. It's okay. If a man doesn't want to be that, fine. Don't get all frustrated and mad about it. Just okay. I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for being honest and upfront. You can't ask for a better gift from a man to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I was pissed, but at the end of the day, he was honest with me. So I couldn't be mad. And what happened was we ended up parting ways anyway, because at the end of the day, that's not what I was looking for. But at that point, at least he was clear and I was clear. It was no more drowning the stuff out. Feel what I'm saying? So like I said, ladies, share this video. Everybody share this video. Tag your girls. Let your girls know. Listen, it's a possibility and a high probability that you're placing men in your life in the wrong role. And because of that, I'm telling you, because of that, that is why you find yourself so frustrated. You will save yourself so much pain and agony when you sit down and say, this person is in my life and is in the right role. All right? Make sure you share this video. Remember, solo, shine on loving oneself. And don't forget about the flame. Remember, I tell everybody always, you are a flame. And always remember, your inner self needs to stay lit. So if anything, make sure you get lit and you stay lit. It's Carla Nicole. I'm signing off. Best kept. Have a great day, guys. Bye.